Presidential candidates descend on Iowa, and Bloomberg Politics co-managing editor John Heilemann got up early to tell us all about it. John, from where you sit, from where we sit, there are only two stories on the trail, Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders. Is that what you're seeing in Iowa as well?
Well, first, Matt, I want to tell you I got you a gift here at the Iowa State Fair, all right? You ready?
Yes.
I'm bringing it back for you tomorrow.
Yes.
Bologna on a stick.
Bologna on a stick. That's
you.
better than a pork chop. Healthier.
You're going to enjoy that for sure. Well, I think Hillary Clinton's also a pretty big story, was a pretty big story here at the fair. But yes, you're right. Donald Trump overshadowing everything, including her, with his sort of Willy Wonka-ish appearance here on Saturday, flying over with his helicopter. Even at that moment, Hillary Clinton was on the fairgrounds, and everyone around her near the pork chop tent looked up in the sky and said, "Oh, my God, it's Trump," when the helicopter flew over. So, yeah, he's overshadowing everything. And Bernie Sanders, who spoke a little later on Saturday to the biggest crowd that anyone's seen here at the fair, State Fair soapbox, doing his patented anti-oligarchic Jeremiad. The crowd loved it, though, and he was a big story on Saturday, too.
So, as far as Hillary's concerned, she still refuses, I guess, to answer your questions about, or at least some of your questions about her emails and servers and all of that. It doesn't look like this story is going to die down anytime soon.
Not with the FBI involved, and not just with the FBI involved in this investigation, but by every reckoning that we can make out, that we can discern, the FBI seems to be taking a very serious approach to looking into this. We've had some news last week about the possibility now of a second email server with all of her private email backed up on it, maybe somewhere in New Jersey. No one really knows, but the FBI is looking into that. And with the FBI on the trail here, that guarantees this is both a serious thing and something that's not going to go away soon, as you suggested, Matt.
She can deflect pretty easily right now just by trying to link other Republicans to Donald Trump's new immigration plan, right?
Right. Yes, I mean, look, she has lots of places to go in terms of deflection. In fact, she's been attacking the other Republican candidates regularly and with gusto. But these questions don't go away, and the way she answers them seems increasingly defensive and evasive to a lot of people. At some point, there will be a result of these investigations, and there's obviously the congressional committees looking into this, but also the FBI. And so at some point, she's going to have to answer these questions in a direct, forthright way. The only question is when. And to my mind, the nearer it gets to the votes in Iowa and New Hampshire, the worse it could potentially be for her.
All right, let me ask directly about Donald Trump's immigration plan. It seems to play well with conservative Americans outside of Washington, but it doesn't seem like any politicians, at least any that I've heard so far, agree with him that we need to deport every 11 million people.
Yes, I mean, look, this is always the question for people who have very tough immigration policies. What are you going to do with the 11 million undocumented workers who are already in the country? Trump is not only suggesting deporting all of them, but he's also talking about deporting some people who are supposed to be granted citizenship, children of the dreamers. He wants to send them back to Mexico. Then he wants to figure out who are the worthy ones in Mexico and bring them back. So it's not only a very kind of draconian immigration policy, but it would also be an extraordinarily expensive one to implement. I can't imagine there's anybody else who's going to get behind it, but there's no doubt that for the people who like Donald Trump, they are going to like this immigration plan because it speaks directly to their concerns, and it's very much consistent with the kind of posture he's had on the issue from the time that he launched his campaign.
Yeah, I've heard a cost estimate of $600 billion for that kind of action. He can't deport everybody on his helicopter. Let me just finally ask you, was he really just taking random people, would-be voters, up in his helicopter for joyrides?
I totally did not get that question, Matt. I'm sorry, say again?
He was genuinely taking random people from the fair up in his helicopter for joyrides? We're looking at pictures of this right now.
Well, Trump took not totally random people. He took your friend Mark Halperin up there with him, along with Martha Raddatz from ABC. But it was basically, other than that, he took a few rides up with a bunch of children who had all gathered because they had heard he was giving out helicopter rides. So he took some kids, he took some families. The helicopter took some of those kids without Trump in it, I believe. But I wouldn't say they were wholly random. They were Trump fans, the kind of people who were self-selected as the kind of people who would want to take a helicopter ride with Donald Trump. But it was certainly a magical experience for those who had it.